what to say because I think that in all my ignoring, um, not necessarily ignoring, but being following the crowd per se, going after the commonality of getting, and what am I talking about? Of course, purses. So I think that like bags like um, Tivioli is one bag that did not get the attention that it deserved. It is an awesome, awesome bag. The No, the infamous bucket bag by Louis Vuitton, I think it's gotten its attention. It's been out for so long. Recently came back out. Never really left, but reintroduced to Louis Vuitton. Most recently, they made some changes. They took away where you could find the serial number or the date code, whatever you want to call it, and it's now chip instead of the date code being on the outside under the little lever. That's the only thing that's changed about that bag, but it's one of those bags that is classic and forever. Just like the Speedy, the No, and the Neverfull. Those are all classic Louis Vuitton, right? Can't fight that. But there's one bag, and it was reintroduced. It came out, and it was very, very delightful when it came out. And what happened was it was delightful when it came out, and then when it returned, it became graceful. And let me just tell you guys, I am in love with the Graceful. I know there's been many videos on the Graceful. I've watched them. And all this time I've been collecting collectibles, discontinued bags. For some reason, I never paid attention to this bag. But now that I have it, I just want it in every form of it. I don't know if I'll ever purchase an Azure, Damier Azure, so let me take that back. I want it in every form that I would purchase it. Damier being the Graceful with a different liner inside, and maybe even the PM, maybe. But when I tell you guys that this bag is reasonable in price and it is pure perfection, what I mean by pure perfection is it's reasonable in price, comparable to the Neverfull that keeps going up every year, and it keeps going up. And unfortunately, consumers are not realizing that if you're new or just finally got your money up to purchase a Neverfull, you're not getting anything different than what you can get off the Gently Used site. Do not, I promise you, go through the Gently Used site for a Neverfull, because the only thing that has changed over time is the quality of the bags, and I don't mean for the better. The quality of the Neverfull, of the Louis Vuitton bags at the luxury house, is not the same anymore. They're giving you, charging you more bang for your buck, and they're not giving you more. If anything, they're giving you mediocrity, because you can go to the Gently Used site. There's so many different avenues. You can go to the rehome sites on social media. There's so many different avenues. Be careful when you go to eBay, but there's so many different avenues that you can get an authentic Louis Vuitton bag. And I'm going to tell you, the classic, the discontinues, and the older model Louis Vuitton bags are the ones that I look for. This bag right here is everything about life. And I'm not over exaggerating. I'm not trying to pump you up. But if you want a classic hobo bag that's not very expensive, it's under $2,000. It has went up over time, but it's still under $2,000. It is classic. It is chic. It is large. It's a travel bag. I definitely wouldn't travel with it. This is an everyday bag for me. So it is an everyday bag. It is a bag that that I'm certain that I will have in my collection for years to come as it progresses, as it patinas. But everything about this graceful bag is heaven. Why do I like it so much? Mine, you're going to look on the website, you're going to look on YouTube, and you're going to see what people, this bag is droopy and kind of loose when it comes to the canvas. And the reason why mine is not like that is because two reasons. She's packed and she has an organizer in her. If she didn't have an organizer in her, she'd be drooped over and all of that, right? And another thing is she's fairly new. This will loosen up over time. This will loosen up. This will be very loose, very flexible, because the thing about it, and I don't know what Louis Vuitton was thinking when they made anything other than this type of hobo bag. When I tell you, I guess I'm selling it for you guys. When I tell you, when I put this bag towards me, it caters to your body. You can put everything in this bag that fits in the Neverfull. It doesn't have feet. And let me just be clear. I'm going to stop comparing this bag to the Neverfull because they're not the same type of bag. Everybody always compares their newest Louis Vuitton bag to the Neverfull because that's one of the most popular bags. They compare it to the Neverfull or the Speedy, but to be perfectly honest with you, this bag, if we're going to compare it to something, this should be compared to either the Delightful or the Carryall. Though this bag is more similar to the Delightful or the Carryall. It is nothing like the Neverfull because for two reasons. The Neverfull is a tote. This is a hobo bag. Hobo bags and totes are not the same. They're large bags. The things that let me just say the things that it does have in common with the Neverfull. It has the monogram. It comes in Damier Ebene and it comes in Azure. Everybody knows the Neverfull does as well. It has the vachetta leather. You can get it with the already treated leather, or you can get it with the Damier Azure, which will have the vachetta leather as well. The difference is, Neverfull doesn't either. This does not have as much vachetta leather on it. That's one reason why I love it so much. But I'm going over the commonalities between this and the Neverfull. The Neverfull in this does not have feet. The inside is roomy. You can get everything you need in there and then some. But that's the only thing they have in common. This does not have a D-ring. This is a bag that is meant to droop and be loose. The tote, Neverfull, the most infamous tote of all time to me, the tote of the Neverfull is meant to be structured. That's what people don't understand. Yeah, you'll see some Neverfulls that people are walking around with flat against their body and things like that. That's because they don't have anything in it. But for the most part, because it is a tote and it's called the Neverfull, it is meant to be full in size and it's meant to be structured. That's what it was made for. It is a travel, all things, etc. bag. That's what it is. This is what you call the everyday classic chic beautiful work of art that Louis Vuitton came out with, and I wish they would put more out like it. This is a hard stop for me. I found the bag that I love, and I know that I'm not looking anymore for anything else. There's going to be a slew of bags that's going to hit the runway. It's going to come out. They're going to come out with a new fall bag, a spring bag, a summer bag, a winter bag. But I'm done. I made the commitment to my husband. You can look at the other videos when I told you guys I've made the commitment. No more luxury handbags for me for 2023, right? But there's several reasons why. Financially, I want to save and see how much I can save. But the second reason is I'm satisfied. I've reached the cap to where I have enough in my luxury line right now that I am what you call good. I am. I am good to go when it comes to luxury handbags. I think when I got this, she broke the mold. I mean, y'all, I'm in love with this bag. And if you have a graceful, you know what I mean. She caters to your body. This bag is not talked about enough. She's so soft and just smooth, and she has these beautiful rings. You're gonna see some people where they add like the Speedy strap, the bandolier strap from the Speedy on here, but you can also use the strap from the Pallas, the Speedy, and the Matisse, Pochette Matisse, because they're, to be honest with you, the clasps on all three of them are exactly the same. So if you can get the Speedy B on here, if you have a Pochette Matisse, or if you have a the older model Pallas, all of them will fit as a longer strap around this. I myself don't want the longer strap. I like the gap that it gives me when I have it when I have it on my shoulder. And this right here is everything about life. That changes the whole game. Hear me out. I love my Neverfulls. When me and my husband travel, the Neverfull is always going to be on board. The Neverfull goes where we go, right? My GM Neverfull in the Pivolo. Oh, God. The hot pink. The same color as this, right, on the inside. I got the pink one, and that's the large one I have in the GM. She travels with me, right? And very seldom, but I will take my MM sometimes. But more often than not, I take my GM for shopping purposes, for capacity purposes, and just so I can put etc. things in there along the way. So I'd rather take a bigger bag and have less stuff than take the MM, have it full to capacity, and not be able to add anything to it. So that's why I always take my GM. And she's going to be my traveling companion when we travel this year as well. But all I'm saying is, if you want a very reasonable price luxury handbag that caters to your body, that is beautiful, comes in all three famous styles of Louis Vuitton, the Azure, the Abine, and Monogram, which I love Monogram. If you want that, and you want something that gets beautiful within time, you can decorate it, you can add to it, you can do a chain here if you want to, you can put a longer strap. The inside is enormous. It has a large pocket that goes all the way down to the body of the bag. The Neverfull MM and the GM. Let me explain to you guys, because this bag, the MM of the carry-all and the MM of the graceful are around the same size. They're just made a little bit different. That the carry-all may be just a little bit bigger. But for both of these bags, that's why I compare this to the carry-all. Both of these bags, Louis Vuitton did not have to make a GM for the carry-all or the graceful, because when you look at these bags, even though they only have a PM and a graceful, when you look at them, they are right in between the GM and the MM. If they made a GM for this, it would be too big. It would be luggage. Honestly, it would be a luggage bag. This bag, being the MM, and they don't make it any bigger than this, is the perfect size. But what I'm saying is, when it comes to putting your organizer in here, right now I have the MM organizer. But the GM organizer that fits in the GM Neverfull will fit in here as well. That's how I know that this bag is genius. It is such a odd size because it's really, to me, it's not an MM, but it's not a GM. And what I mean by that is not too big and it's not too small. It is the perfect handbag. It is perfect. It is perfection. I love that the inside is not that textile lining. It's like a cloth where you can just wipe it down. I like the fact that it's so soft and beautiful. I don't miss that it has feet. I love that it folds on the side. It's so beautiful, y'all. This bag folds on the side. It's heavenly. I love it. I love it. It is the perfect hobo bag. That inside, for some reasons, on some videos, it looks red, but it is fuchsia. The color of my prom dress, it is fuchsia. And you can tell that it is Louis Vuitton fuchsia, the Pavilion, or however you want to say it, because that etc. bag, I mean that organizer that's in here is fuchsia as well. So the difference is, I think this right here is a little more hot pinkish, and the organizer is true fuchsia. So they're slightly different in color, but that is close to as you're going to get unless you make an organizer yourself based on the color of this, and it's unnecessary. I did not want the beige because I have the Neverfull in beige, and I have several other bags with a cream color inside, or whatever color beige, whatever you want to call it, on the inside. So I did not want the beige color. I love this hot pink. I think it makes it pop. I do not have the issues that people have with this magnetic closure. Mine closes really pretty much when I bring them together. They're snapped and it's secured. I love her. And if you want to be happy, if you want to be satisfied with your purchase and not say I spent too much and it's not big enough, invest in a MM or PM graceful, and I promise you, I promise you, if you like a reasonable size bag. Now, if you don't like a big bag, this is not for you. Even the PM is big. So if you don't like a hobo style bag, then stick to your smaller bags, your Matisses and all that. But if you want a reasonable size bag, an everyday bag that gets beautiful within time, and you feel like you're getting more bang for your buck, let me tell you something. Right now on the website, this is sold out. Get yourself a good CA, a client advisor, or sales associate at the local luxury house. Get you a good one that can watch when they come in. A lot of times they'll have one in stock at the actual luxury house, and it may not have the inside liner that you want. It may have the beige color, but if they have it, grab it, because these sell just like that, because people are finding out that the graceful is everything about life. It really is. And I think if you purchase it, you will be completely satisfied with it. You won't have any regrets. It's beautiful. I'm happy with it. So, yeah. So that was my video for today. I said I was going to make one. And it's really, I don't do what's in the bag. I would have done one. This would have been a what's in the bag video, but I think they're just long and drawn out for no reason. So that's all I got to say, you guys. My best Louis Vuitton purchase ever. It really is. Ever. Yes, it is. And I stand on that. Have a great one.